Recording a podcast directly into your computer has never been easier than with RØDE Connect. In this video, I'll walk you through how to use the NT-USB Mini and RØDE Connect to record an incredible sounding podcast step by step. First up, you'll need to download and install RØDE Connect. Check out the links in the description below to download your free copy. Once you have installed it, open up RØDE Connect. Next, connect your NT-USB Mini to your computer and plug your headphones into the back of the mic. Turn up the knob at the front of the mic so that you'll be able to hear both yourself and your computer. If you are using RØDE Connect for the first time, you'll be prompted to update your NT-USB Mini's firmware when you first plug it in. Once updated, simply click and drag your NT-USB Mini to an available channel. And as you can see, there are 4 channels available. With RØDE Connect, you can connect up to 4 NT-USB Minis into a single computer without the need for any complex routing or any other software. If you are using multiple NT-USB Minis with RØDE Connect and want to identify which microphone you are allocating to which channel, simply click on the microphone and the 2 LEDs at the front of the mic will flash. Once you've got your microphone channels set up, click Next. The next step is activating the 2 virtual channels. These are called System Audio and Virtual Device and can be used to route any external audio sources into RØDE Connect. Everything from background music to sound effects and stings, pre-recorded interviews, and even connecting with remote callers via apps like Zoom. To activate these, simply drag and drop them into the virtual channels 1 and 2. This is your mixer where you can visualize your microphone and virtual channels, adjust levels, mute channels, turn on audio processing, and much more. Before you start recording, it's a good idea to get your microphone set up so you don't have to worry about adjusting it later. First, adjust the gain of your microphone to ensure you're getting a decent level into RØDE Connect. Click on the channel number to display these settings. The best way to set your gain is to talk into the microphone at a natural level and watch the meter whilst you speak. You'll want to press the plus or minus buttons until your voice is sitting in around the green section on the meter. If you want to give your voice more clarity, try and position your NT-USB Mini about 6 inches or less from your mouth. Using a boom arm like the PSA-1 is the easiest way to do this. RØDE Connect actually unlocks 4 powerful audio processors within the NT-USB Mini: a compressor, noise gate, and the legendary Aphex Oral Exciter and Big Bottom. These can only be activated using RØDE Connect and will give your voice that classic, rich broadcast sound. The noise gate will help reduce background noise whenever you're not speaking. The compressor will help even out the volume of your voice and make it easier to understand. The Aphex Oral Exciter will give your voice some shine and sparkle to the higher frequencies of your voice. And lastly, the Big Bottom will give you some depth and punch to the lower frequencies of your voice. Now by default, these are all turned on. If you want to switch any of these off, it's as simple as clicking these buttons. Next, let's set up your virtual channels, starting with the System Audio channel. When activated, this essentially routes any audio from other apps or your computer system to RØDE Connect. This is ideal for introducing extra audio elements to your podcast to give it more personality and flair. Anything from intro music to stings and sound effects to interviews or entire segments that you have already recorded. To route this audio to RØDE Connect, simply go into your computer's audio preferences or settings and select RØDE Connect System as your output device. The virtual device channel can be used to route external audio from communication apps like Zoom and Google Hangouts into RØDE Connect, making it super easy to integrate remote calls into your podcast. To do this, go into the audio preferences in your app of choice and select RØDE Connect Virtual as both your input and output device. In Zoom, the input is called microphone and the output is called speaker. This may differ depending on what app you are using. Now when you connect with your guests, they will hear the audio from your microphone channels, meaning you and your guests can chat with them. The audio from the guest's end will be recorded onto the virtual device channel in RØDE Connect. RØDE Connect automatically applies mix-minus signal routing across all channels, so you don't have to worry about that annoying echo between you and your remote guests ruining your recording. The last thing to do before you start recording is select whether your podcast is recorded as a single stereo file or in multi-track. Go to the drop-down on the right and select Preferences, and go to Recording. Here you can choose between the 2. Stereo mode is useful if you just want a complete mix of your podcast after you recorded it, ready to upload straight to a podcast platform of your choice. Recording in multi-channel mode will export your podcast with separate files for each of the channels you used. This is handy if you plan on editing your podcast further in post-production. In this menu, you can choose between low and ultra low latency options to adjust for any lag or delay that you might notice between your system and what you hear in your headphones. Setting this to ultra low will result in lower latency, but be careful as some lower spec computers may struggle. If you are using an older computer, it's a good idea to keep this setting to low. And that's it. You're now ready to record. Just hit the big record button and you'll see the timer begin. Once you're finished recording your podcast, all you need to do is hit the record button once again. Thanks for watching. Tell us what you think about RØDE Connect in the comments below. We love hearing from you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.